Alina, I am so pumped for our vacation. I was just telling my wife this morning, I have go to London 4 times, so I can definitely find that hidden pub again without a map.
Ooh, James, I love your confidence. I really do. But you just hit one of the biggest speed bumps in the English language.
Wait, a speed bump? Did I mess it up? I used the word have. I thought that was the fancy, high-level way to say it.
You got the have right, but I have go sounds a bit like a robot trying to pass a citizenship test. You want to say, I have been to London. That tiny word been is the secret powerhouse of English.
A powerhouse? Really? It always felt like just a boring grammar rule for my old school books. I usually just ignore it and hope for the best.
I feel you. Many learners do that. But think of been as a bridge. It's a chameleon word that connects who you were in the past to who you are right now. It transforms your sentences from simple facts into real-life stories.
A bridge and a chameleon? Okay, now I'm actually interested. I definitely need to figure out how to use it properly so I don't run into this mistake at the coffee shop again. The barista there already judges me enough for my simple orders.
Exactly. It's all about feeling natural. My husband always says that once you master been, you stop sounding like a tourist and start sounding like a local. It's that important.
I like the sound of that. I'm the guy who loses his keys in the refrigerator, Elena. If I can't even keep track of my keys, I need my grammar to be easy and automatic. I want to get used to saying it the right way without thinking.
And you will. That's exactly what we're doing today. We have a great roadmap for this episode. First, we'll tackle the B1 basics, using been for travel and life experiences. Then we'll move into some B2 nuance, like how it works with time and habits.
And don't forget the fun stuff. We've got some cool idioms and phrasal verbs that will help everyone stand out in a conversation.
Exactly. It's going to be a deep dive, but a cozy one.
I'm ready. And hey, to all of you listening, if you want to catch up on all our tips and make sure you never miss an episode, hit that subscribe button right now. Do you struggle with this mistake too? Let us know.
We love hearing from you. It makes this feel like a real conversation, not just us talking into a microphone while my neighbor watches me suspiciously from her window.
Poor neighbor. Okay, Alina, let's get into it. Why is been so much more powerful than go?
Think of it this way. Go is just a point on a map, but been is the whole journey. It tells us that something started in the past and is still relevant or still happening right now. It bridges that gap.
I see. So if I say I went to the gym, I'm just telling you I did it. But if I say I have been going to the gym lately, it sounds more like a habit I'm trying to keep up with.
Exactly. It's all about duration. Take my cat, for example. He has been sitting by his food bowl for 2 hours. He didn't just go there. He's been there, waiting, judging me for being late with breakfast.
I feel you. My dog has been hiding under the sofa all morning because he saw me pick up the leash for a bath. He's been there for ages. It's not just one moment of hiding. It's a long, dramatic protest.
That's a perfect example. You're describing a state that started a while ago and continues into this moment. How about you, listening at home? How long have you been studying English? Is it something you do every day, or do you just jump in when you have a free moment?
I hope they stick with it. I know I've been learning for a long time, and I still have to figure out these tricky grammar points. Sometimes I run into a sentence and I just have to stop and think for a second.
And that's okay. You're just getting used to the flow. It's also great for talking about general states like the weather. For instance, it has been so rainy all week that my husband hasn't been able to go out and look at the birds like he usually does.
It really has been gloomy. It's like the sun forgot where we live. But wait, I have one more. My wife often asks me, James, where have you been? When I show up 20 minutes late because I was looking for my keys in the fridge again.
Exactly. That's the status check. She's asking about the time that passed between when she expected you and when you finally appeared. It's a way to catch up on what happened in that missing time.
Right. So been is like the glue that holds the past and the present together. It makes the story feel complete.
It really is. And once you have that glue in place, you can start to see the more subtle tricks been can play. For example, have you finally figured out the difference between saying someone has been somewhere versus gone somewhere? It's a classic speed bump for many learners.
I think I finally have it. My wife was explaining this to me when I got confused about her sister's vacation. If I say she has been to Paris, it means she's back home now, probably showing us 1,000 photos. But if I say she has gone to Paris, it means she's still there, probably eating a croissant by the Eiffel Tower while I'm here feeding the dog.
Exactly. Been implies a completed round trip. You went and you came back. Gone means you are still at the destination. I run into this all the time with my husband. If he's gone to the hardware store, I know I shouldn't expect him back for at least an hour.
I feel you. I'm getting used to checking which one I use. I don't want to tell my neighbor my dog has gone to the vet if he's actually sitting right here on the rug. It would make me look a bit crazy.
Definitely. Now, let's shift gears a little. There's another way we use been that makes you sound much more professional, especially at work. We call it the passive voice in the present perfect. Have you noticed how people say, the report has been sent, instead of, I sent the report?
Oh, I see that in my inbox all the time. It sounds very formal, like the sentence is wearing a suit and tie. Why do people do that instead of just saying who did it?
It's a great way to focus on the result rather than the person. In a business context, it sounds very polished and objective. If a meeting has been called off, the most important thing is that the meeting isn't happening, not necessarily who canceled it. It helps keep the conversation focused on the facts.
I like that. It's also a good way to catch up on work without pointing fingers. If I say the coffee has been made, everyone is happy and nobody has to know that I almost forgot to do it.
Exactly. It removes the subject to keep things smooth. It's a very common B2 level habit. My husband uses it in his engineering reports all the time. He'll write, the bridge has been inspected, because it sounds much more authoritative than, I went and looked at the bridge today.
That makes total sense. It's like a secret weapon for sounding more serious. How about you, listeners? When you're at your job or studying, do you prefer saying, I have done it, or do you like the sound of, it has been done? Does it make you feel more professional?
It really can help things work out better in a professional environment. It's all about having that balance between being personal and being professional.
I'm definitely going to try and use that more. It feels like I'm leveling up my English. But I should probably stick to I have washed the dishes at home, or my wife might think I'm trying to avoid credit for my chores.
I feel you. Domestic chores are a whole other language. But honestly, James, you're hitting on something important. These been phrases aren't just for grammar. They are shortcuts for real connection. It leads us perfectly into our spotlight today.
Oh, I love a good shortcut. My brain is like a messy drawer, so the simpler the phrase, the better. The first one I wanted to talk about is been there, done that. I use this all the time now.
It's a classic. It's such a cozy way to show empathy. How did you use it recently?
Well, my neighbor was telling me how his new puppy kept him up all night barking at the shadows. I just looked at him with my messy hair and coffee and said, been there, done that, my friend. He immediately knew I understood the struggle with my own dog.
Exactly. It tells the other person, I have had that exact experience, so you don't need to explain the details. It's a great way to catch up with someone's feelings without a long, boring story.
Right. It's much faster than saying, I once had a dog who did the same thing. It just clicks. How about you, listeners? Have you ever had a moment where a friend tells you a problem and you just want to say, been there, done that?
I definitely use it when people complain about gardening. When my neighbor tells me the slugs ate all her tomatoes, I'm like, been there, done that. I've been fighting those slugs for years.
The great slug war. Okay, so that's the I understand shortcut. But what about the I'm sorry I'm late shortcut? I've been using I've been meaning to a lot lately.
Oh, that's the ultimate politeness hack. It's perfect for when you've delayed a task but want to show you haven't forgotten it.
Totally. I ran into my cousin at the store yesterday. I realized I hadn't called him since his birthday. I felt so guilty. So I said, oh, hey, I've been meaning to call you all week.
And did it work? Did he forgive you?
It did. It makes it sound like the intention was always there, even if I was too busy looking for my keys in the fridge to actually do it. It's a very soft way to apologize.
It really is. I use it with my husband when he asks about the leaky faucet. I've been meaning to figure out how to fix that, honey. It sounds much more productive than I forgot.
Exactly. It helps you get used to the idea that life is busy, but you still care. I think it's one of those phrases that makes you sound very natural and fluent because it carries so much social glue in it.
I agree. It's all about those little bridges. Speaking of which, have you been meaning to do something lately that you just haven't started yet? Maybe it's practicing your English speaking?
If that's the case, don't worry. We've all been there. The important thing is that you're here now, catching up with us. Exactly. And since we're catching up, let's see if we've really figured this out. I have 3 little tasks for you, Elena, and for everyone listening at home. Think of it as a quick checkup for your English.
Oh, a pop quiz. I love it. I'm ready, and I hope you are too. What's the first challenge?
Okay, here's a sentence I hear quite a bit. I am living here since June. Now, listening at home, can you transform that using our powerhouse word been to make it correct? Give it a try.
I'll give them a second. Did you get it? You should say, I have been living here since June. It sounds so much more natural because it shows that the action started in the past and is still going on right now.
Perfect. Now, task number 2. Let's try that professional passive voice we talked about. If the active sentence is, someone cleaned the office, how would you say that to focus only on the office? Go ahead, try it out.
This one helps your professional writing stand out. The answer is, the office has been cleaned. It's simple, clean, and direct.
Nice. Last one is for you, Alina. I want you to use our empathy shortcut. Alina, have you ever failed a driving test?
Oh, James, been there, done that. I was so nervous, I forgot how to park. It takes a while to get used to the pressure of those tests, doesn't it?
I feel you. I think we all have a story like that. You really nailed those. Now, Elena, I know you've been picking out some interesting phrases from our chat today for your vocabulary corner.
I have. I want to make sure we really understand the flavor of the words we used. Let's start with this one. Speed bump. Speed bump. A speed bump is a small problem or a delay that slows you down for a short time, just like the bumps in the road that slow down a car.
I ran into a speed bump with my diet yesterday when my neighbor brought over a box of fresh chocolate cookies. I couldn't say no.
I hit a speed bump with my gardening this morning when I realized I'd run out of soil right in the middle of planting my flowers. Next is chameleon. Chameleon. A chameleon is something or someone that changes their behavior or appearance to fit into a new situation.
My dog is a total chameleon. He acts like a brave lion when he sees a squirrel, but he's a terrified baby when he hears the vacuum cleaner.
I think words like bin are chameleons because they change their function depending on the sentence you're building. The third one is deep dive. Deep dive. This means to explore a topic very thoroughly and in great detail, instead of just looking at the surface.
I took a deep dive into my wife's recipe book last night trying to figure out how she makes her lasagna so cheesy.
We decided to take a deep dive into the present perfect today because it's such a powerful tool for intermediate learners. Then we have pointing fingers. Pointing fingers. This means blaming someone for a mistake or a problem.
When the coffee machine broke, I tried to avoid pointing fingers at my wife, even though I knew she was the last one to use it.
In a professional meeting, things go much smoother when everyone looks for a solution instead of pointing fingers at each other. And the last one for today, shortcut. Shortcut. A shortcut is a quicker or easier way to do something or to get to a destination.
I tried to find a shortcut through the park this morning to get to the coffee shop faster, but I ended up getting stuck near the pond.
Learning common idioms is a great shortcut to sounding more like a local when you're speaking English. It really is a shortcut to sounding more natural. But before we wrap up, I have a little homework for everyone. Don't worry, it's the fun kind. I call it our challenge of the day.
I like the sound of that. What do we have to do?
It's simple. I want you to head down to the comments and write just one sentence using the phrase I have been to describe a hobby or something you started recently. Maybe you've been gardening or maybe you've been practicing a new language.
Oh, I should definitely do this too. I have been trying to organize my junk drawer lately, but I keep finding old snacks instead of tools. It's a real struggle.
I feel you. My husband has been doing something similar with his old maps. It takes time to get used to being organized, doesn't it? But seriously, listeners, please share your sentences. We love reading them, and it helps you figure out the grammar in a real-life way.
Exactly. And if you want to catch up on more tips like these, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps our channel grow and ensures you never miss a deep dive into these tricky English topics.
We are so happy to have you on this journey from B1 to B2 with us. Every little bit of practice counts.
It really does. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go run into the kitchen and see if my wife needs help with dinner, or if I can sneak a snack first. I've been thinking about those cookies my neighbor brought over all afternoon.
Good luck with that, James. You've been a great audience, everyone. Keep practicing and stay cozy.
See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.